Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rochakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation and much love to you, Akim out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. This is the brother Ahsh from Great Millstone Tampa Church. And I just want to do a quick video on this dream I had this morning. And it was a spiritual dream. It was about spiritual powers. Okay, so I'm just going to recount the dream real quick and bring out some precepts. I'm going to bring out the dream as best I can remember. But, so I can't remember exactly how I got up to this point in the dream, but from what I can remember, I was in this building and it was a time of chaos, right? So shit was going down. And at this point, I didn't have spiritual powers. But when I was in the building, this man just came out of nowhere and he just dropped down. All right. And he was shot at, but the bullets didn't affect him. It just like stopped. You know, somebody shot him in the head and he just stopped. And then, you know, he started talking to me like he wasn't affected by the tribulation. He wasn't affected by the bullets. And he started talking to me. And I think there was somebody else with me. I can't remember who it is, though. But nonetheless, you know, I started talking to this man. And I can't describe him. I can't remember what he looked like. But, you know, fast forward into the dream, because some things happened in the building, but it wasn't, I can't really remember what it was about other than me talking with this man and him telling me pretty much about his abilities, you know. And, so I go outside the building now, you know, fast forward, and I'm outside the building and there's cops, you know, it's like a gloomy sky, you know, it's like red, you know, like if shit's on fire around. And the cops are asking me what was going on in there, this and that, trying to figure out what was going on. And, you know, I wasn't really telling them anything, but all of a sudden I just leaped up, just took off. You know, like Superman would do, just blast it off into the sky. And then, you know, I just disappeared from their sight. And then the next thing I know, I'm in a bed sleeping, and I'm in a house. It's a house in Puerto Rico, right? My grandmother's house, and my whole family's there. I could just tell in the dream, it was like I was in a third person view, almost just watching myself sleep in the bed, or trying to sleep anyway. And I could tell my whole family was there because they were like, I was like going around the house, but you know, in that third person view, and I could see them. And I'm talking about my whole family, like my mom's, my immediate family, and then my mom's side, you know, my cousins and my uncles. And then my dad's side was there too. You know, my aunties and my cousins on that side. Okay. And then people just kept coming into the room I was in, trying to get me to wake up, you know, making noise. And I just kept trying to go to sleep. And then, you know, eventually I get up, you know, and I'm kind of in this a whole another spirit, you know, this attitude, so to say, that I wasn't fucking with them, you know, because they kept bothering me. And then not one by one, but some of them were asking me, oh, what were you doing here? What were you doing there? You know, talking about, oh, you know, just making almost like accusing me of something. But, you know, and then I finally gave him a response, and I was like, yeah, I was here. And they were like, how would you even get there? I was like, I flew there. And, you know, and they started laughing. And I'm like, all right, you know, there was some more conversation, but it was like they weren't believing me. And then so I was like, all right. So I went outside, and one of my cousins, he's a bug out. He went out there, and another one of my cousins. And I said, check this out. And I just, you know, started floating up like Superman would do, you know, just started slowly levitating up. And then they were like, oh, shit. You know, they started freaking out because they ain't never seen nothing like that. And then I'm like, yeah, because I told you I could fly. And then I just went up, did a couple little maneuvers, and then came back down. and then when I came back down, all my family was out there. And I was like, yeah. And then I started leaping, like running and jumping, like long ass distances. And they're like, what the hell? And then all of the people came out the house, my whole family, and they're just sitting there in awe. They're not saying nothing now. They're just like, they're almost as if they're waiting for me to tell them what to do and where to go from now, because they saw the power. And then this is where it gets even crazier. I was able to see one of the family members. I could tell she was pregnant. Like, I just looked at her and I said, yeah, you're pregnant. And then what else? Oh, it was just a bunch of things that I was doing that there was no explanation that they could come up with. But I know what it was, the spiritual powers. And one of the times when I was flying up, I was like praising the Lord. I was like, "Kala ya bashimi outside," when I was flying around. And then there was one. I can't remember. I don't know who it was. It was maybe one of my girl cousins or something. But I could read her mind, and like I could tell she was doubting or something. She was thinking. I can't remember exactly what she was thinking, but I went up to her. And I repeated what she was thinking to her, and then she like gave me this look, like, oh shit, and I can't remember. I did some more things, but I can't really remember. But it was just, oh, okay. Well, the next thing that happened was there's some construction workers across the street trying to pick up this those big power lines, okay, the big wood power lines, And I just leap over there, take one big leap over there, land next to them. And, they're trying to use these machines and whatnot. And I just pick the pole up and slam it into the ground and put it back upright. And everybody's just in awe. The construction guys are like, oh, shit. And and my family's still watching from across the street. Because, this thing probably weighs, who knows how many 100 pounds. Maybe 1,000 pounds or whatever. And I just picked it up like it was a branch and just slammed it into the ground. And then I just took off flying again, but, that was the dream. So let's get into these scriptures now, because, when I woke up, some scriptures popped into mind. All right. So this is, we'll start in, Isaiah 59:19. It says, so Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Right. So that popped in my mind from the first part of the dream, where, it was chaos and, the cops were out there. It was, it was like, it was Esau out there trying to get me to say things, and then that standard was lifted up, and I just took off on them, and that's the time we're approaching. Brothers are finna receive spiritual power from on high that has never been seen before. All right, you watch these comic book movies and superhero movies or whatever that Esau be making, but you're about to physically witness these things with your eyes. Okay, men flying, men with super strength. Okay, men that can walk on water, men that can read minds, men that can, x-ray vision, anything is possible with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, and then the next part with my family and all reminded me of this. Psalms 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth. Right, and that was when everybody, when they saw what I could do, my family they were willing. Because they went from trying to mock me and asking me all these questions and thinking it was a joke. And then when they saw the power and the day when they saw it, they were willing. They didn't, they was like, well, okay, so what do we do? That was the countenance they had. They were pretty much like, okay, well, we don't know shit. We can't do shit. But this man right here, he can leap over walls. He can fly. He can read our minds. He can see into this woman's womb and tell her she's pregnant. Okay. And super strength. Look, our people are going to be willing when you see these powers, man. And it's going to be all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's going to be to glorify the Heavenly Father and the Son. All right. To magnify his name. When you see these things begin to be done on this earth. Remember, Yahweh Shai said, these things you see me do, you shall do the same and greater works. And the Lord did many works that couldn't even be contained in all the books on the earth, man. Okay. So imagine that. So let me just get a couple more scriptures. You know, I'll go too long with this. This is Isaiah 40 and 31. I'll start at 29. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increases strength. Right? Because I'm not a swole guy, bodybuilder type. But in the dream, I was picking up things that you need a crane to pick up. So we gonna receive very incredible power, man. We're gonna be the Incredibles on this earth. All right, we're gonna be gods on this earth, and it's gonna begin with the 144,000, the elect of the Most High. Verse 30: even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. Right, because that if the Lord don't give you this power, you're gonna be nothing compared to us, man. You're gonna get weary. Okay, you get tired. We're not gonna get tired. Check this out, verse 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. What do eagles use their wings for? To fly. And that's what I was doing in the dream, man, just flying around. And it was in the dream, it was fun as hell. I could feel it, like I could actually feel it. That when you're riding a roller coaster, all right, you get that feeling. That's the feeling I was getting, but it felt good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the scriptures say we're gonna do. We're gonna mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and be not weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Right? We're gonna have unlimited power, unlimited, all right, access to the power source itself, which is Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, unlimited endurance. Okay, all we gotta do is endure and wait upon Yahweh Shem Shai, and then He's gonna translate that power to the physical, man. Okay, you're gonna have unlimited energy. Never get tired. Run across the whole world and not even break a sweat. All right, and then and these are precepts I wrote down when I woke up, so they're not in particular order. But this is another one that reminded me of something I was doing in the dream. 2 Samuel 2, or 2 Samuel chapter 22 verse 30. For by thee I have run through a troop. So see, remember, David was running through tens of thousands, right? And even Saul ran through thousands, but King David ran through tens of thousands by himself. So imagine what we're going to be able to do in these last days. It says, by my power have I leaped over a wall. The reason I brought that out is because that's what I was doing. I was leaping, and it was like when you take a giant step or a jump. That's what I was doing, but it would take me across a whole block just by jumping. Going high as hell, and that's not even that wasn't even me flying. That was just me taking a jump. Leaping. You know what leaping is. This is the kind of power we're gonna have, man. What can you do against something like that, man? That's why the Lord said that we're gonna have abundance, and the heathen shall envy us and not be able to do nothing. What can you do against somebody with that kind of power? Nothing. Okay, you can't do a damn thing about it. So Zechariah in 12 and 8. Let's see. Okay, yep, Zechariah 12 and 8. In that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. And remember, we just talked about what David was able to do: run to tens of thousands, leap over walls. He wrestled bears and lions. It says, "And the house of David shall be as God." All right, so we're gonna be powers, man, as the angel of Yahweh before them. There you go, man. We're gonna be gods on this earth, man. We're going to have immortal bodies. We're going to have bodies. We're going to have superhero bodies, to put it bluntly. Superman. We're going to be Superman. Man of Steel. Okay? Remember, I think it was David. He bent metal with his hands. That's strength that we don't have right now. You try to do that now, you're going to break your damn arms, man. But that's going to be nothing for us in that day. So we'll end it off on this. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 7. Okay, it says, in the time of their visitation. Well, let's start it up at I'll just get to the point. I'll start at 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Right, because that's our hope. Our hope is in those immortality. All right, and that comes with new bodies. All right, because we're gonna be changed in the twinkling of an eye. So, but the Lord's gonna lift the standard for some men before the salvation. You know. Verse 5, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. And that's why I believe, you know, I'm not sure, but I believe that man that was in the beginning of the dream that was supping with me was Yahushai, you know. Verse 6, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Yeah, just a picture flash, man. All right. And we're going to be shining because what? Wisdom maketh the man's face to shine. All right. It's going to be like we're going to have an aura about ourselves, man, because we're going to have so much power and energy from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, that we're going to stick out from everybody else. All right. That's why women are going to be drawn to us, because they're going to see the power we have. All right. They're going to see that we're level headed. We know what's going on, what to do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. And we're going to be. How do you think David was able to run through 10,000 men in one day? He was moving like sparks, man. When you see, like, you drag a chain out your car down while you're doing 40, you're going to see the sparks. They're there for a second and they're gone. They're everywhere, you know. So just imagine King David running through 10,000 people quick as hell, just so fast they don't even know what's going on, man. You know, that power's coming, man. That power's coming. So the Lord's willing, this is edifying. Till next time, I say shalom.